Welcome to Sports Talk.
Hello everyone, welcome. I'm Nick from Sports Talk. We got
Mike and Jackson here.
The downfall of the Pittsburgh Steelers. I love it. I love it.
Nick, we were right, baby.
Woo! Look, Pittsburgh fans, I loved this team. I loved them. Mike loved them. Mike still might love them. I loved this team.
Listen, all right.
I want to see Arizona and Pittsburgh.
Listen.
But their cocky attitudes drive me insane. Mike, go ahead.
This was my Super Bowl pick. Pittsburgh, Seattle from day one. And I'm not like the rest of the analysts. I don't believe in changing it 16 times throughout a season. All right. So that was my pick. The reason the Pittsburgh Steelers are losing, it's not just one. It's a couple reasons. One, we got this ignorant buffoon of a wide receiver named Juju Smith-Schuster who keeps dancing on another team's logo. Now, that's like going in somebody's yard and taking a shit on it.
Pulling down your pants and making a nice ice cream.
Like, what are you doing? That's like knocking on someone's – that's just breaking into someone's house and disrespecting the yard. That's like throwing toilet paper on someone's tray on mischief night. A lot of people don't know what that is, but on mischief night. That is just disrespectful, and teams are coming fired up. And we have seen it the last couple of weeks. We saw the Bengals absolutely pop that man, cause him to fumble, and end up going on to win that football game. Now, Juju Smith-Schuster is not the only reason. Another reason is they can't run the football. Just like I said many years, I would say years, because I said it last year.
I'll post it at the end of this video.
James Conner is not a good running back. When he's on the field, he's not effective. Like, he will run because the Steelers have a decent offensive line. But he's not a difference maker. He's not an above average running back in this game. I don't even think he's an average running back in this game. They got to move on from him. And Big Ben is starting to turn the ball over again. That's another reason why they're struggling. Turnovers, they're putting the other teams in good field position. They're giving their defense no help, not to mention the injuries on the Steelers. Bud Dupree going down. The injuries have been awful, and that's why they're struggling. They got to get back on track. They can do it, but right now you should be concerned if you're a Pittsburgh Steelers fan because nothing is coming together. Everything's falling apart.
Jackson, go ahead. Jackson Geethley.
Yeah, he's so stunned.
He's just sitting there still. Are you gonna break character?
I think he's actually.
I've never seen a man sit so still.
I think he's actually.
This is all right, Jackson. You can speak now. Mike, you had such a good take. You got him sitting there in silence. I will continue now, okay? As I admit him back into the room.
Nick, why are there two?
There's two. Never again. Never. Can we have two of you at the same time?
There's two?
No, I got rid of the other one. Go ahead.
Oh, it's my turn to talk? No, this team, I mean, like you said, Juju, I mean, it's a respect thing, all right? Mike Tomlin said he was talking to him. Nick was saying it like it should have happened a long time ago.
Hey, Stay there. Where are we?
No.
I think we're still recording. We should be good. I can't talk. Go ahead. You're good.
Well, I mean, this is Juju. I mean, it's just that whole situation's a mess. This offense is falling apart. Big Ben's looked awful, personally, in my opinion. He hasn't looked good at all. I mean, they have no run game. I mean, this team is just going nowhere. I mean, their defense, I mean, the only thing they got going for this team right now is Minka Fitzpatrick and TJ Watt. That's all I got.
I agree.
Sorry for the interruptions. Hopefully everything's still going good. Yes, I'm not in utter shock like Jackson was, Michael. All right, let me continue this. Look, the blatant disrespect, and let me put it this way, okay?
I think any better than I put it.
I'm going to.
Like going on somebody's yard.
I agree with you. Look, let me put it this way. When you got a football team and you're a football player, You need a little spark inside you that is going to make you want to, I'm not saying literally, but you want to kill the other team. You want to hit them hard. And sometimes it's hard to find. Sometimes players don't have the juice, especially with the fans not being in the stadiums. But when someone dances on the logo, on your logo, that logo that you work hard for, that logo that represents you, your team, and all the blood, sweat, and tears you put into your team, that logo that is inside of you, you want to hit them. You want to hit them. You want to hit them high. You want to hit them low. You want to hurt them.
You want to hit him anyway.
That's what you want to do. But, Mike.
On the TikTok account, I want to hit him.
You damn right. Look, there is no – look, I like Juju, but let me tell you something. No pisses me off. Juju pisses me off. And another guy that's really pissing me off, Mike Tomlin. He said nothing about this. He kept letting him disrespect them up and down every single week. But now, since they're on a 3-game losing streak, now he's going to say, oh, yeah, I'm going to talk to him about it. No, it was absolutely disrespectful, young man, and you should have never done it in the first place. Learn your place, learn respect. You can't shit all over people's yard and not pick it up. It's disgusting. And what it really backfired. It's like you said before, he shit on the lawn, and the neighbors picked up his shit and flung it all over his house because he's not backing up his claims. They took that pile and they threw it right back inside his house, and now it's all splattered all over their home. And now his family's saying, you got to clean up the mess, Juju. You started this. It's a big problem.
Miss Schuster's a young guy. He's a young kid. Immaturity is ridiculous. Grow up.
He thinks it's cute.
You're in the National Football League. You should be practicing running routes, practicing catching footballs, not making TikToks. That's all I have to say on the subject.
It's bad. You don't.
If he was having a good year, I'd be kind of. It's like I'd be okay with him having a good year, but he's not. He sucks.
You catch the football, you give it back to the referee, you go back to the huddle.
Yeah, but I like humbleness, and let me just point out 2 more things. Number one.
Humble guy. I don't know what's going on with him.
No, well, let me. I'm going to get into that. Number one, I don't care if you dance on the sideline. I don't care if you dance in your locker room. You just don't disrespect another team's logo. You don't do that. And I remember in football when I played, any little thing, you just heard all week they start rumbling about you. Like I remember I went to school one place and I played for our rivals. And you hear stuff all year long that they're going to kick your ass. And you just came in fired up. And this sparked something, man. It sparked a huge flame inside the Bengals. The Bengals shouldn't have won. But what I'm going to point out is this too. Remember that Antonio Brown character?
Yep.
Remember? Oh, it's okay. He's having a good year. Just let it. It's all right. He can do this. He didn't do these gestures and dances. It's fine. And then he turned into AB, right? And then it kind of started spiraling out of control slowly. Remember the whole situation? It all started. He's good enough to do it, so he's allowed to. No. Go ahead.
Schuster. Juju Smith-Schuster is doing it, and he's not packing it up in any way, shape, or form. I disagree with doing it at all. But he's doing it, and the football team is not winning. You can't be doing that and losing games. You can't be doing that and not playing well yourself.
I agree. So now we look at the Pittsburgh Steelers now. So I got off the Juju Smith-Schuster subject, which pisses me off. And it might go back to Mike. You're right. They have James Conner, he hasn't really been the last few weeks has been Benny Snell. So again, that really hurts them. They don't have a running game. They've been doing the short to intermediate passing. And another thing you see is the receivers just dropping passes. Deontay Johnson has so many drops. And another thing, you see Big Ben carry this team in and week out. And last week, Big Ben needed a lift from everybody else around him, and they failed him. They did. They failed him. They drop passes every single week. And Big Ben puts them on his shoulders and says, let's get the job done. Last week, Big Ben struggled. The team fell apart. So we got to start looking at it like that too. Big Ben did struggle, but nobody, even this amazing defense, and I'm going to give them credit, they do have a good defense, but you can't let up 27 points to the Cincinnati Bengals.
Big Ben turns the ball over there in the red zone. The Bengals were getting great field position all night. So I'm not putting this loss on the defense even close, not even remotely. This loss is on poor offensive play.
I'm just saying, I agree with that. I 100% agree. But what I'm saying is this, Mike, the Cincinnati Bengals with Ryan Finley and Giovanni Bernard. Should they put up 27 points?
The field position is.
I mean, you gotta look at the field position, man.
But why was the field position so bad?
Because they were turning over the ball.
Because Tomlin was being aggressive. He wanted to go for it. He wanted to get the first down. They needed big plays. They thought that they could walk in and just screw them. But they weren't focused. No one, another team that wasn't focused, the Rams, and the Jets beat them.
Tomlin's aggressiveness didn't cause Juju Smith-Schuster to fumble.
Lets them get to their head. You're right. You know what made him fumble? His cockiness. He can't do it, man. It's just disrespectful. And this team's going to learn respect really soon. And especially when Big Ben retires, who knows who's going to be their quarterback? I mean, they're going to be in a really shitty situation.
This team's on a downwards trend, man.
I was a fan of them. I thought it was going to be them in Arizona. I wanted them in Arizona. We'll put everything, old video I have left. I can find some. I'm going to edit and put at the end of this video so you guys can see our claims. But it's just me and Mike both have a lot of respect for Mike Tomlin after what he did last year. But you gotta make sure
this year he's doing a lot this year with honestly an offense that isn't that good.
Yeah, it's just that they got them. I think they got one of the best. They should have one of the best receiving. They got the names.
They don't have the best.
Names don't matter in the National Football League, and that's just proven.
Yeah, they're just. It is pathetic. It is pathetic that they fell 3 games, and one of them was to the Bengals.
I mean, I'll back up my claim. I mean, this team's gonna get into the playoffs, and they're probably playing on a wild card weekend, and they're gonna lose to some 9-win team.
And you and I both, we did say that in that video.
We did say it.
I think personally, the Chiefs are my front runner, but you guys know I think the team like the Titans can definitely punch their ticket in. Underdog. I don't think the Bills will. I really don't. I love the Bills. They look good, but I just don't see them punching their ticket to the Super Bowl. What were you saying, Mike?
I said they got to get it together. They can get it together if they cut back on the turnovers.
Yeah, absolutely.
Absolutely.
Is all-star. We'll see what they do this week. We'll see how they respond to some adversity.
Mike Tomlin's going to have this team ready because he always does, and they're going to look a lot better.
Hopefully.
They got 2 tough games coming up.
Yep.
2 big games.
2 tests. 2 big tests.
I just can't believe Juju let this get to his head. He can't become cocky. Be humble.
Juju's not that good. I mean, he's a decent receiver, but he's not what Steelers fans thought he was.
I thought he was going to be a stud.
No, he's not.
I never thought he was that great.
A better receiver than Juju Smith-Schuster. And that's another thing. The creativity in the offense has completely disappeared too. Because if you remember, Chase Claypool was getting handoffs and running the football.
Yeah.
All that's gone. It's all gone. It's Big Ben snapping it and throwing it as soon as he gets it in his hand.
Yeah.
Teams are onto him.
Because when you can't actually run the football, say it again. I'm sorry, you cut out for me. It might go for the video, but I want to hear it.
The offense needs to make a change. The offense needs to adapt. The defense is adapted to them. Now the offense needs to adapt.
Yeah, no, it's that they're running back. If they can't actually run the football, the pass rushers are going to come in and they want to get to their quarterback.
James Conner, I knew for a long time this dude was terrible. I had a lot of people arguing with me, including you, Nick. A lot of people saying
we had a segment. It was a boom or bust segment. We had to take polar opposite sides. I went with boom. I thought you'd be over 1,000-yard running back.
That was the quote.
What's that?
James Conner stinks.
Yeah, no, you did not like him. You did not. We'll put it at the end of the video. I'll make sure I put that one out there. Mike, anything else, Jackson?
I got nothing, man. I don't know, man. This team, they got nothing going for them.
Mike, go ahead. All right, last time around the table. Do you still think they're going to make the Super Bowl?
I think they can make the Super Bowl, yes. I think they can rebound and make the Super Bowl.
Do you think they will?
Nick, I told you I don't make more than one pick. What did I just say? I don't make more than one pick. I picked the Seahawks. I'm not changing it.
You said Ken versus Will. I want to hear they will.
I don't need to say that in this video. I've said it 100 times. My Super Bowl pick is Steelers, Seahawks. I'm not the type of guy like all these guys on TV you watch on Fox or on ESPN Sports Center that, this. I made a selection from day one before the season even kicked off, before the first kickoff in the summer. And that's what I'm sticking with.
Even if it's wrong.
What am I supposed to change it 100 times? Then what?
I want to hear what your prediction is right now.
Prediction is Pittsburgh Steelers, Seattle Seahawks, Super Bowl.
Okay.
That's what
Jackson, what's yours?
My Super Bowl prediction: Chiefs versus the Saints.
I mean, so you don't think that the Steelers? Where do you think they're getting knocked down here?
They're getting knocked down Wild Card Weekend.
I still don't think Nick has made a prediction.
Yes,
I don't
I
think
have.
he has either, honestly.
Yes, I have.
What is it now? What is it? What has it changed, evolved to?
As of right now, my studies are pointing to no. Look, the Pittsburgh Steelers, as I stated 5 weeks ago when we made the last video, are done. They have folded in, and at that time,
In the year, you predicted a Steelers Super Bowl.
in the beginning of the year,
I'm not making a change. That's one change. So what is it now?
there was no. It was the beginning of the year before we saw him play, and then it was we were like around week 7. I said, and the Steelers were still undefeated, so there was no reason to change at the time. But I said, this team is not what they're supposed to be. And I think I have the right to change. If a team's completely undefeated and they're looking great, I think I have the right to change. And I said at the time, I don't think this team's going to make it. And I went to a team that had a loss on their schedule with the Kansas City Chiefs. I said, I think they have a better chance. You said with a gun to your head, who would you choose? The Chiefs. But I said, I would not be shocked if the Tennessee Titans find a way in.
Okay, you just pushed me and Jackson. What's your Super Bowl prediction?
Oh, I don't get. Again, we're not talking to. All I'm saying is,
Boy, that makes no sense. You can't say we're not talking Super Bowl, then ask me and Mike for our Super Bowl prediction.
not Super. I wanted to ask how. The reason why it sounded like Super Bowl was because Mike has them going. I want to know how far you got the Steelers going. Mike has them going to the Super Bowl.
No,
Jackson, you got the.
What's your Super Bowl prediction, Nick? What is your Super Bowl prediction? We both put it out there. Right now, you got to put it out there. It's not fair for us to.
It needs to be right now. If I had to go with it, Kansas City versus Green Bay.
All right.
Okay.
Finally made a claim.
And we'll. I made a commitment every time we do this. I mean,
around the bush.
yes, I do. And we'll do a sleeper video soon. We'll do that one tomorrow. But right now, well, I'm not. That's not the part of this. I don't care about that. My part of the video was you think Steelers are going to the Super Bowl. Jackson, you said when?
The Wild Card Weekends when they're done.
And I'm gonna say wild card. You think they're well? Yeah, I guess right.
They're not. I mean, the Chiefs just got to win one more game and they get the bye.
That's right.
And they,
so
and they play
I'm gonna go with. I'm gonna say I'd say they might win one game in the playoffs and they're out. I mean, they're not going far. They're not going to the Super Bowl. They might be a one and done. If they win one, you're lucky. They're not going all the way. It's not gonna happen. The Steelers are not going all the way. Mark my words. If I'm wrong, Mike, I'll have you framed up in an Instagram post with everything highlighted from me. I would clip from the beginning of the year. If I can find one of the Seattle, I got to see if I can find. I don't know if I have that one. I got to find it. Get that clip and get this clip and all the other clips leading up to it, and have you being right from the beginning of the year. But I'm gonna roll with they're not going to the Super Bowl. They will not. Not can. They will not go to the Super Bowl. That is my prediction. Is that all?
That's it.
It's been the same thing since before week 1 for me.
You're saying they will.
Steelers, Seattle Seahawks Super Bowl.
All right, that's all. Guys, sign off now. Nick.
Mike.
And Jackson.
From Sports Starter. We'll see you guys soon. Peace. We are.
Feel better.
See you guys soon. Peace. Here's my sleeper. My sleeper, same team as last time. Juju Smith-Schuster. A lot of people are sleeping on
I
him.
agree with you 100%.
Didn't have that great of a year. Everyone, oh yeah,
Big
Juju.
Ben
He
back in there?
stinks. Big Ben. No more Duck Hodges. You got the old Steelers fan over here just shaking his damn head. Listen,
his stomach turned.
Juju Smith-Schuster has really good hands, and he has decent route running. I'm a big fan of Juju Smith-Schuster. If you give him a quarterback that can throw him the ball, now you got Chase Claypool, right? You got Deontay Johnson, and you got the running back, James Conner, and James Washington. We're looking good. The offense is looking good, and they got decent offensive line still. Look, the whole Steelers offense is getting slept on. Their defense is fantastic. We all know that.
Fantastic.
But the Pittsburgh Steelers offense is a sleeper, and they're kind of my sleeping pick for the Super Bowl this year. Pay attention to the Steelers with that crazy offense and Big Ben coming back off an injury. If he's good and if that elbow can hold up, this team can go very, very far. Who's your sleeper?
Tomlin's very underrated.
He's been winning. He's never had a losing season. Last year with Duck Hodges and Mason Rudolph, he brought him to a winning season.
Has a winning
That
season.
is, woo, that's
Mike
rough.
Tomlin's one of the most I didn't like him. I wasn't a huge fan of Mike Tomlin.
No, but this year
until
proved this year really showed me that he's a good coach. Next guy.
Kyle Shanahan.